Her message arrived at 12:47 a.m., sharp enough to slice through the silence of our home. You owe him an apology. Just that. No explanation, no softness, no hesitation. I stared at the screen, the glow cutting across the dark room like a spotlight on a confession. She was awake and nervous, the kind of nervous that leaks through the spaces between words. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The message itself was an admission. She was in the bedroom, lying perfectly still, pretending sleep could hide guilt. I stood in the doorway, watching the rise and fall of her breath, too fast, too shallow, not the rhythm of rest, the rhythm of fear. A husband knows. She called him her best friend, a man who joked too freely, touched too casually, smiled too knowingly around her. And every time, she defended him with the desperation of someone protecting more than a friendship. Tonight, everything snapped. Not loudly, but with the quiet certainty of a door clicking shut. She wanted an apology. I would give her one, just not the one she expected. The evening had begun with laughter, hers, and a joke from him meant to humiliate me. I didn't react. But he watched my face with a smirk that carried history. She saw it too. Her hand grazed his arm, a touch too familiar. Casual on the surface, loaded beneath. When we returned home, her guilt turned to anger, the usual transformation of someone cornered by their own conscience. You embarrassed him. You're too sensitive. You overreact. Each accusation sharpened something inside me. Not pain, recognition. I didn't argue. Silence unsettles liars more than confrontation does. Later, after hours of pretending normalcy, her midnight message arrived like a verdict. Apologize to him. The insistence wasn't about my mistake. It was about her fear of losing whatever she had been nurturing behind my back. I walked into the bedroom and watched her pretend to sleep again, her shoulders tense beneath the covers. She felt me standing there. I know she did. Everything in me went cold. Not angry, cold. Suspicion isn't born overnight. It grows, waits, collects patterns. And tonight, the pattern finally completed itself. I started to observe her like a stranger, not loudly, not accusingly, quietly, like a man studying shadows. Her routines shifted. Her phone became her shield. Her laughter, once shared with me, now lived elsewhere. I checked our phone records. Not her messages, they were locked, but the calls, the timing, the consistency. His number lit up the screen like a confession. Lunch breaks, late nights, moments she claimed she was exhausted or busy. My heart didn't race. My breathing didn't change. This wasn't heartbreak. This was clarity. I accessed his backup email. He was careless, predictable, overconfident, the kind of man who thinks charm can cover tracks. It took me hours to find their thread, minutes to understand it, seconds to feel everything settle inside me like a final piece in a long, silent puzzle. They hadn't crossed the physical boundary, but everything else? Emotional devotion? Hidden conversations? Promises disguised as jokes? Fantasies disguised as harmless confessions? I printed the emails. Each line a quiet betrayal in her handwriting. Then his wife contacted me. We need to talk. She wasn't stupid, just tired of pretending she didn't see the truth flickering through their late-night messages and sudden emotional distances. Her house became the battlefield. I didn't tell my wife. I simply said, I'm going to apologize. She smiled in relief, the kind of smile that confirms guilt, not innocence. Good. Let her believe the lie one last time. His wife opened the door with the hollow eyes of someone who already knew the answer, but needed the wound cut open to confirm it. He appeared behind her, confused, then smug when he saw me. So, you came to... I didn't let him finish. I placed the printed emails on the table, letting them scatter like fallen truth. His wife picked them up with trembling fingers. Her eyes moved quickly. Her face shifted from shock to devastation to silent rage. "What is this?" she whispered. Your husband's conversations, I said, with mine. He stumbled forward. It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that, I replied. Silence swallowed the room. His wife read her final line aloud, voice hollow. I wish we had met before them. His face drained. How long have you known? She asked me. Long enough to stop pretending. The truth sat between us, ugly, undeniable, complete. My wife arrived moments later, breathless and confused. She walked in expecting dominance. She walked into destruction instead. She froze at the sight of the papers, her emotional fingerprints on every page. What is this? She whispered. Your apology, I said. Her face broke in slow motion. She grabbed the pages, scanned her own words, watched her emotional affair unfold outside the safety of her phone screen. I didn't cheat, she gasped. No, I said, but you prepared for it, rehearsed it, built a second life around it. His wife sobbed. He stood there speechless. My wife looked at me like I had killed something delicate. I had. Her illusion. You asked me to apologize, I said softly. And I did. Not to him. Not to you. I stepped back from her reaching hands. Her desperation no longer moved me. The room was judgment, and she was guilty in every corner of it. I walked out. She followed, begging, please, don't leave like this. I turned to her only once. You didn't lose me tonight, I said. You lost the version of me that trusted you. She cried harder. I felt nothing. I opened my car door. Who did you apologize to? She whispered. I looked through her. Myself. Then I left her behind. Finally unburdened, finally done, finally free.